Hello again, YouTube. Last video I promised to show you what the ribs look like when we're through smoking. So today we're going to pull these ribs out. We've applied our marinade, let the ribs marinate overnight, and then we tossed them on the smoker this morning. I smoked these in our Pit Boss 7. I love this smoker because you can put 28 racks of ribs in it at one time. So if you cook for a lot of people, something like this is the way to go. And they don't sponsor us, we just love the smoker. So since we're going over to some friends tonight to celebrate Independence Day, I also threw on about 20 pounds of brisket and beef ribs and smoked them at the same time. Now the rub for the beef is a lot different than the pork. It's not sweet. It's got different spices in it. So right now I'm going to open the chest and we're going to just double check. I've got probes. That's one of the reasons I like this smoker, is because it's got probes that you can stick in the bigger cuts of meat and sort of monitor things. But we're going to check it now just to make sure. We're going to go in the back here in a thick piece. And this is the beef on the top racks there. We're at about 154 degrees. Perfect. Now we're going to check our pork, and I don't have to tell you that these are done. I can tell just by looking at them. And we're going to go right up to about the same temperature. So I'm going to set my probe aside. I'm just going to take this rack. Wow, look at that. That's beautiful. Look at the bark. That's what the brown sugar in this rub does for the pork. It just creates this beautiful crust on there. So let's get these babies off. And if you'll notice, I sliced these ribs in half because a lot of times people will get 2 or 3 different kinds of meat and they don't want the full size ribs. Plus, if you're in a hurry, if you cut the meat in half like this, it'll cook just a little bit faster. Now let's get the rest of the pork out. And there we go. That smells absolutely wonderful. Now let's grab the beef. First of all, we've got a couple of smaller briskets here. These weigh about 3 or 4 pounds a piece, something like that. And I use the same marinade on the beef as I do the pork. It's about 2 to 1 Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce, olive oil, and then a couple of tablespoons of liquid smoke. So I also, in addition to these briskets, I have some beef ribs. There we go. And I like to turn my rib side of the meat down. Wow, look at the bark on those. That is gorgeous.
It's making my heart.
These are going to fall off the bone. Anyway, as I said, I like to do this rib side down because I think it keeps more of the juice in the ribs. You'll find other people who argue exactly the other way. It doesn't really matter that much, probably. So, alright, we have our feast off the smoker. Let's head to the kitchen. We're going to test it out. Okay, so we have our beautiful pork and our beautiful beef off the smoker and into the kitchen, and now it's time to test. Wow, just look at the bark on them. Look at the juice in those ribs. As I said, I smoked these for about 6 hours on very low heat and high smoke. On my pellet smoker, it's about 140 degrees. And then after that, I kicked it up to about 300 degrees for a couple of hours and just kept checking the meat temperature to just make sure it was done. So, taste test. Oops, sorry. Ready? Here we go. Oh my God.
That was perfect.
That is awesome.
That's really good.
All right. Now it's time for one of these big old briskets. Look at the bark on this. That is beautiful. All right, ladies. Bon appetit. Oh, that is awesome.
God bless America.
So, that wraps up our video. Happy Independence Day to you all. And God bless America. The end. Cut.
Oh my gosh.
That's just, it's like your whole body sings.
That is so flippin' delicious.
And it's all extremely keto friendly, the beef especially.
Well, except for the sugar and the rub.
Well, now it's where you tell your keto guests that your meal is keto and they wonder why it's so good. But you put sugar in the rub.
It's just beef.